Okay, today I'm going to go to a coffee shop with a friend, and we're gonna draw for a bit. My tripod should hopefully be in today, so maybe I can make a short drawing video tonight. Maybe just me working on a sketch, because I do have a sketch I'm working on. I don't know if I'll bring it with me, because I want to start over, but this time trying out a different type of paper. So yeah, I might empty my bag out a little bit so I don't have to carry as much. But yeah, last night I talked about characteristics or qualities that I admire in a partner. And God, I look weird in the camera. I look like my chest is just super puffed out and just looks weird. But yeah, my chest is not that big. Maybe around, if I measure the circumference of it, maybe 39 to 40 inches. But most of it's just lean mass. Which, hey, by the way, starting out from when I was first weightlifting, I think I could barely measure like maybe 30 inches. So I put on quite a bit. Goal would be 45 inches if I can, but that's a big if. So there are some qualities that I don't admire or do not want in a partner. One of those qualities is not being able to organize quickly, like effectively move quickly under some level of pressure. Not an extreme amount of pressure, but just a little bit, like where we have to make last minute changes and all of a sudden we have to plan. Yes, I hate that, but I can at least organize and figure something out, even though it stresses me out. Hang on, I'm gonna plug the fan in. It's literally getting up to 90 right now where I live, and the humidity is awful. Yeah, cannot sit in here without a fan, because the AC does work, but the insulation for this house is shit. It is an old house, so hence the AC bill is racking up. Despite trying to talk about curtains, I don't know if that's going to be an option, because we don't plan on staying here for more than another year. But hopefully at that point I have a plan, because I would like to live at least with a roommate and not be in a depressing household. Well, depressing household meaning like the house itself is depressing. I just don't like the house. I'm also debating if I want to buy any more Legos right now. There are a few sets that came out that I am interested in buying. So I don't know. That's a big if. Maybe I'll wait till my birthday before buying anything, just to see. I mean, sorry, just thinking about my birthday and it being my 31st birthday and it being probably the first birthday on my own, because I'm willing to bet my friends are not going to make time. Or at least, I don't know, maybe one friend, my best friend. I would imagine he would be the only one to do so, but kind of hard to figure out what to do for fun, with two guys, one's married, one's single now, and I don't know what the hell to do. He's been helping taking care of a kid that he wants to adopt, so he's accomplished his goal of becoming a parent. But I feel like everyone's just so busy nowadays that it's hard to make new friends and it's hard to get out and socialize. I think that's a serious problem with our society. We're so ingrained, we're so focused on work. Work is literally killing us. It's not just in stress itself and the fact that people have to work, 2, 3, hell, 3 or more jobs just to get by, depending on what you do. In addition, it's hurting your social life. You don't have a social life. You don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have anyone surrounding you. You don't have a social safety net in case anything happens. And I feel like that's a huge problem. Before I devote myself fully to a career, I'd like to get an in-between job maybe something that I can stay with for maybe 5 or more years until I figure myself out. That would be, full-time tutoring. And then, if I decide to move on, I'll still keep the job, but I'll probably go to school part-time maybe. But then again, I don't know. I don't think I'll pursue the route of being a professor or an adjunct. However, it's funny because from what I'm hearing is that there's such a shortage of teachers and professors that they are now starting to, loosen up the requirement for having a PhD to teach at a university. You just need teaching experience. So tutoring experience not quite the same as teaching, but if I make it into a teaching experience, if I actually teach a subject, and in addition to tutoring it, then a little more work on my end, but I'm building that experience base to get into the field that I want to get into. But gee, I wonder why there's a shortage of teachers and professors. Maybe it has to do with the fact that the admins, the people running the place, suck. Maybe it's the fact that there's no accountability, Kids can just post whatever they want about their teachers or do whatever they want without any consequences. Yeah, it's kind of strange that grown adults are afraid to take action against kids and their parents. Boo-hoo, they lawyer up. Well, gee, maybe this is a hard lesson they need to learn. Where, hey, maybe your child and maybe you shouldn't be doing anything that you want to do. Maybe there are certain limitations. But are they going to do that? No, they're going to wait until the whole system collapses. Where basically the only schooling left would be private schooling, which only the rich can afford, or at least the high middle class, which I would consider rich anyway. Or, people who want to indebt themselves to get their kids to a good school and therefore ruining their lives for the sake of their kids. Which, I get. We need to do better for each successive generation. But at the same time, you also have to take care of yourself. There has to be a balance. Know exactly what's going on with your generation as well as the future generation and try to work on fixing some issues. That's really all anyone can ask. So, but anyway, my friend and I have been going back and forth about the teacher shortage, quote-unquote shortage, for quite a while, because my friend also, he teaches high school math, and he's trying to get out. He's actually going to be out this year. I actually think he's done. I think he's out. He's just on vacation now. And when he gets back, I think he'll just use whatever PTO or vacation and just bounce. Good on him. I mean, his wife works, and she earns a fair amount, so, by fair, I mean fair for, like, where we live, but, it's enough to support them, so, hey, happy that he's taking the route of, just being better for himself, and not trying to work a career that's actually killing him. But yeah, I don't think I want to teach high school. And either way, it requires a teaching certification, which I don't have. I have 6 years of tutoring experience and, maybe 1 year of SAT tutoring experience, as well as 1 semester of being a learning assistant to a E&M course, electromagnetism. That I would say I did a horrible job at. And I need to do better. Because that one was more of me holding discussion sessions, and I just sucked at it. And I really just think it was nerves and the fact that I just did not have the time to prepare. When I say I did not have the time, I meant like I had some free time, but I was not going to sacrifice that to try and do another job on top of everything else. Because no, this was in addition to having, I think, 2 part-time jobs. So I was working this job on the side for, a couple hours a week, earning a little extra money. And it wasn't much money. I think it was like $10 an hour to hold a discussion session about electromagnetism. I mean, it is what it is. It was a little extra money, and honestly, I thought it worked out pretty well because it fit my schedule, because I was on campus and I had a gap period, so that gap period could be the discussion session. So, a little bit of experience there. I got into tutoring in 2015, and I didn't actually stop completely until like maybe 2022. And there were a couple stints in between there, like I said, tutoring, SAT tutoring, tutoring physics at university. But granted, I was not good at that. So, Don't think just because I have experience tutoring at university just means that I'm good. No. But I'm slowly getting back into it. Yesterday I was looking at some practice problems that the kids were given for this SAT prep place that I work for, and just looking at the problems, figuring out how to solve them. Not actually doing them, just looking at them and knowing how to solve them. A lot of problems are simple. A few problems are a little tricky in the wording. Excuse me. But, oh, I'm still debating on the logic puzzle to give to my class. I think I might give them that question puzzle, but I need to actually sit down later today or tonight and think about it. Either that or I might just look up the answer, because I have several things to do. I need to start reading about the security license that I'm applying for, and I need to go back over the rest of the math questions, although I don't think I really need to do too much, so I probably would have time. But anyway, this has just been, a little morning rant, morning talk. I'm going to meet up with a friend here shortly, maybe about 40-ish minutes, to go get coffee, sit down and draw. We're trying to start an art group, small local group, find a place where people can just show up on a particular day and a particular time window and just hang out and draw. There's no real requirement or anything. You don't have to announce that you're coming. You can just show up. So it's a very casual thing that we're trying to piece together. Anyway, that's it for now, and thank you for watching.